Sorry about that. So if you get, if they instruct you to choose a theme, you should choose the theme, and with that theme comes a whole set of colors. We call it a palette. So if I choose the facet theme, of course, I've got the specific colors in my palette. If I choose, I'm not even sure what themes they are, but whatever theme you choose, that theme comes with a set of colors in the palette. So if you choose a different theme, or if you don't choose a theme at all, you will not be able to see those colors or that palette. So don't skip that step. In the past, sometimes a student will say to me, Mom, I have the open office version, or I have the free version, or something. I do not have facet. Then, of course, I will say, oh, it's just lost participation. Choose any theme, or don't choose any theme at all. So it's better to then just choose red or another color similar. But when it comes to the homework assignments, it is quite important that you use the actual color that it specifies and the actual theme. So if you do your homework at home on a laptop that only has open office or has a free version, I encourage you to go to the lab or to use another laptop with Microsoft Office on it so that you can use this. Um, when I do the exam, I usually try and choose themes that that was also on the free version or on the open office. Sometimes it's not possible, and then I just leave out the theme. But most of you guys know that, or have maybe experienced that there's a lot of good themes out there. Okay, so what we did was we started with one, and then we got all the way to four, and then step five said we must correct, or we must continue our slideshow, and I still showed you how to insert the mosquito. And I just want to show you, I know tonight when you watch the video, you won't see what I'm showing you now, but you guys are watching live, so you can see that there are previews, um, of the slides. So that is actually a great help. It does show you more or less what we want you to do. Now remember, when you watch the video on YouTube, my program records my screen. So on my screen, I don't see you guys right now, but I know you guys see me because we have all the little photos on the one side, and we have the shared screen on the one side, on the other. So when you watch the video, it's going to look a little bit different. It's also going to look a little bit bigger because my screen was obviously only open on the instructions. So I'm going to close this, and I'm going to go to PowerPoint where we stopped yesterday, and I'm just going to quickly open that to show you where we are going to continue. And it's this one. Okay, so let me go over to my PowerPoint. So here I can see all of you. Here is my screen on the side. So when I go to PowerPoint, obviously this is what you see in YouTube. So you will only see my screen. So let's just quickly talk a little bit about Office.com. Yesterday I did mention that Office.com can more or less be seen as the clip art of the old days, but a little bit better, I guess. So you can actually still insert clip art images. You can also insert free photos and free images. You can even insert drawings or black and white images. It all depends on what exactly it is you are searching for. Now, when you are doing this assignment, it is important that you choose an image that is the closest to the one that you see here. Now, yesterday I chose this one. It's not a great image, but it's a little bit overexposed, if I want to say that. You guys who do photography will know it's too much lighting. But anyway, if you look at the picture, and now once again you guys can see this, and I will not. Yeah, it is a woman holding a petri dish, so it is more or less the same. But this is just lost participation, where you will not be penalized if you insert an image that is not identical the same. Okay, so we are now gonna go and do the next slide, and the next slide is also going to be a content slide. And if you look here, let me just click on new slide, you will see title and content. Usually you will see the name of the layout underneath the slide little preview, if you want to call it that. So we are once again working with the title and content slide, and in the title, right at the top, we will just type the new title, what is West Nile virus, and question mark. And once again, we are going to go and get this mosquito. I'm not going to go and get the mosquito on office.com again. It's unnecessary. We already got the mosquito the first time. We were happy with it. And when you go to the third slide and you say copy, well, when you go to the second slide and you say copy and paste it on the third slide, it will actually paste it exactly in the same position. And if you look on these slides on the side, I'm not sure if you can see that, you will see that all the mosquitoes are exactly in the same position. So that is a wonderful thing that that PowerPoint does for you. So it knows, oh, you're probably trying to recreate your template. Well, it's kind of make sure that it is more or less like a template and the same. Okay, so what is the West Nile virus? Once again, I'm starting off, this is a bullet. It's called a bullet. And you will see this little triangle transmitted. I'm not going to type the whole thing. As you can see, it's right on this margin. The next one starts with first. I'm not typing everything, otherwise you guys are just going to sit and watch me type. And then when I press enter, it will always go down to where it is or was the last time. But now in the next one, it wants me to indent it. In other words, it's more like a sub thing going on here. So I'm going to click on increase indent, and you will see that there is now a little triangle underneath first. And when you start typing, you will see it is a little bit smaller than the one before. Okay, so when I press enter again, it will be under the one I just typed, because it's assuming that you want to add more under this bullet. If you do, then you keep going. If you don't have anything else to add, you will just simply go and say decrease indent again, and that is going to take you back to your original spot there. Okay, I'm going and I'm typing appeared, pressing enter. Once again, they are saying increase indent. So always keep in mind that this little arrow going forward and going backward, that is your increase and decrease indent. So I'm typing that. Now it starts also with now reported ... and pressing enter. And once again, that's the only thing they want us to write underneath that bullet. So I'm pressing decrease indent again. It is taking me back, and then I'm saying add risk ... I'm not typing it out, you guys. You are not allowed to do this, by the way. It is just me. I can do this because I'm trying to save some time. But when you do this for class participation, you must please type it out. And I'm also going to say one thing that I said yesterday, and I want to emphasize it again. If this is what is West Nile virus, if this is capitals, you also write it in capitals. Start with a capital. End with whatever it is they want you to. Start your sentences with a capital. End it with a full stop. If it is necessary, I see in the slides it's not. But there is nothing as off-putting as looking at a presentation with lowercase titles. You know what I'm thinking when I see something like that? I'm thinking the person entered the title with 2 fingers. And because, yeah, it's just frustrating. So please make sure your presentations look professional. You don't want to type anything in lowercase letters, especially in the title and things like that. Okay, so I've typed what is West Nile. I think I did that. Oh, I did that yesterday. Anyway, see, my head is not right today. So I'm just going to change what are the symptoms. And you guys are also so ordentlik that you guys don't say anything. Okay, so what are the symptoms? So I'm just going to quickly fix it. Okay, so I'm increasing my indent. You will see just now the symptoms are high fever, headache, body aches, and another one, and that's it. Okay, so I'm just deleting these things. Sure, I didn't even realize I'm doing the same one. Okay, so what are the symptoms? And here we are ready to insert another image again from office.com. In this case, it's just one image and it's a headache image. Now, when you look at this image, you must search for this image by what you see, basically. I can see it's not a drawing. I can see it's not a clip art. Okay, I can see it is a photograph. So when you search for an image, you should go and search under photographs. So let me show you. You will go to insert online pictures. Here in Bing, you will say headache. First allow it to open and then you go and make your changes. All right. So here in the filter, you can search here for photographs, for clip art, or for all types. Now, if you want to look at all types, that's fine, but we know that we are looking for a photograph, so we are just going to specify it to be specifically a photo. Okay. I'm not sure if we'll find anything exactly the same, and look, you can actually spend a lot of time going through all of these things, but I'm just going to take one that looks close enough to the real thing. So I'm going to choose that one, and I'm going to click on insert. All right, once again, it doesn't give us the size of the picture yet, but in the second and third lesson or class participation, we are going to start to do that. So just hang on. In the meantime, I can see that they want us to put the picture right at the bottom, touching the border at the bottom. It should not be covering any text or anything like that. So our image is good enough like that. Okay, so this slide I think is ready, and let's just make sure that we didn't skip anything in the instructions. So, okay, they say something that we'll do last is we must change the color of the title text to the same color as in the title slide, but that is something I will do at the very end, then we can do all at the same time. Okay, our next slide then, once again, a title and content slide. So I can just click on new slide. And here we go on and we say, how can I? And as you can see, they want us to start each word with a capital letter. Okay, and once again, we are taking over this mosquito, copying and then pasting. And you will see it pasted in the same position from where you copied it. So here I copied it from the title slide and it placed it right there. It also did it for this slide, but remember I had to move it out of the way because it was covering my text. So once again, when I paste it, it pasted exactly in the same position of the next slide. Okay, so we're not typing everything out over here. We are saying protect against Now they want us to increase the indent again. So I will say increase indent. Wear repellent. So I'll just say wear. The next one is avoid. The next one is wear. And then they want us to decrease the indent again. So you will just click on decrease indent. Remove something and repair. There's a frog in my throat. I hope I'm not getting sick. Okay, so I've got all my text and now I'm ready to insert my images. Now when you look at these images, and I hope you can see them, this is a bird bath. Okay, a bird bath. And there's a man wearing a bee mask. Okay, I guess it can also be a regular mask to protect from the mosquitoes. But here it says wear repellent with EPA recommended ingredients. Avoid being outdoors. Wear clothes that cover your skin. Remove standing water from the yard. I guess that is where the water bath or the bird bath comes in. And then repair damaged windows. So once again, we are heading off to office.com. So you will click on insert and click on online pictures. And the first one we're looking for, let's look for a bird bath. I'm not sure if that is it doesn't really look like a photograph, so I guess it can be a drawing as well. So if you want it to be a drawing, but this one looks very close to that, so I'm going to choose this one. I guess if you are not sure, you can insert either. So I'm inserting this picture. That is the bird bath. Oh, it's way too big. So I'm just going to make it a lot smaller. In the slide that they show you in the little image of the example, the bird bath actually goes underneath the text. So it should be small enough to fit here. Now I want to say this. This presentation is not well designed. It is actually terrible. It looks like an amateur did it, and it is all those other things. But just keep in mind, we are still learning. So we are learning how to insert images, and we are learning how to do certain things. So just keep in mind that this is not how you should do a presentation. I think by the time we are done with chapter 3 or lesson 3, you will be able to do a very nice looking presentation. And I will also use a period whenever I see we finish early. I plan on showing you extra things that you can do with PowerPoint. One of them being stop motion movies or stop motion films. That is something that I see students really enjoy. That is how you can create a video that looks like a cartoon using PowerPoint. So just want to mention that this is just the beginning to get us started. The next thing that we want to do is we want to insert another picture, which is the guy wearing the mask. What shall we search? Man wearing a mask, and this is probably going to give me a medical mask. And we are looking for a clip art, or we're looking for some, let's see what they give us for clip art. Yeah, I thought they were going to give us something like a COVID thing. Okay, let's look for all types of images. I wonder if that can really, I think we should search not for mask, but for a protective, I'm not so sure. Face protection. I'm going to search for face protection. They don't say what we should first search for, so testing our English. And if I say all types, let's see what they show. Okay, yeah, we are close. I guess I could have searched bee mask. Like, this is what we're looking for, more or less. And we're all looking for a drawing. Okay. This textbook is a little bit old. Maybe you will not find the exact image there, but I'm going to go for this one. It's close enough. And it's also small enough, coincidentally. So we will be putting this just somewhere here next to our text. Okay. Of course, I didn't type out all my sentences. So if I did, it would have been around here. So just have a look on your example and then place it there. Okay, so we are now ready to continue with the instructions. And the next one that they say in step 5 is change the color of the title text on all the slides to this same text here. And for doing this, we actually use a very nice little button, which is called Format Painter. So it's very easy to use. You will just select the text and it will copy the formatting. So it is going to copy red accent 5 or whatever is that color. Okay, so you just select the text that you wish to copy the font or the formatting of. You will say Format Painter and then you will simply select the text you want to change. Okay, I'm wondering if that was a good idea because it doesn't say anything about changing the size of the text. It just says change the color. So I guess we will have to do it first one time and then we can Format Painter. So I've done it once. Now I can click on Format Painter. So what is in this word or what is in this title? Simply the red accent 5. But what is in this title? In this title we have 54 font size, that font bold, and we have red accent 5. So when I say Format Painter, it takes all the attributes from whatever you select and it takes it over to the next thing that you select. So it copies not the words, but it copies everything you've done to that text. So like for example, like I said, in this specific text, we changed it to be bigger. We changed the font. we changed the to be bold, and we changed the color. In this one, they simply wanted us to change the color. So now that I've done one, I can take this text, format painted it, and it will simply change the color of the text. Once again, select it, format painted, go and change the color of the text. So very easy to use format painted. Of course, you could also have gone and done one by one. You just select it and then you choose your color. But if you already know that you have the right color, then you can simply use format painted. So that was step number 5. Step number 6 says add the pictures shown from office.com. We have added all of them. Apply the page scroll transition. Okay, what is a transition? A transition is how the slide appears. What is animation? Animation is the way the attributes or the things on, not really attributes, but the objects on the page appear. That is what we're going to do only in the next lesson and in the last lesson. For today, we're just going to do transitions. So to add a transition, you will go to transitions and you will look for the one that they are asking you to insert. So they are looking for page scroll from the exciting category. Now, if you click on this list arrow over here, you will see that there is an exciting category, a subtle category, and a dynamic category. So you can look for whatever it is they are saying in whatever category. Sometimes they don't give you the category, sometimes they do. So in this case, they are looking for page scroll. So we are also looking for page scroll. Here we go. So I'm selecting page scroll from the exciting category, and they say change the duration to 2.25 seconds. All right. So here you have the duration button, and the duration at the moment is 1.25 seconds. So they want us to change it to 2.25. So you can just simply click in there and make that one a 2, and it will now say 2.25 seconds. Okay, something that you need to remember is that when it says on mouse click, it means that it will advance to the next slide on a mouse click. In the third lesson, we are going to do timings. But one day when you guys do presentations for class or for whatever reason, timing a slide is not always such a good idea unless you are doing a recorded presentation that you are not really talking about. For example, it's just playing on its own. But if you are standing there in front of the screen or wherever and you're giving a presentation and this thing is going to go over with the timings, you can very easily be asked a question from the audience and the thing is just going to continue on its own. So you don't want that because then you're going to have to stop it and go back manually and then it's just very democor. Okay. So timing in the exam, you choose whatever I give you, but in real life, stay away from timings. Okay. Tap or click the start from beginning button to start the slideshow and then display each slide. I just want to see, oh yeah, they say we have to apply to all slides over here. So when you click on apply to all the slides will be page scroll 2.25 seconds. So I'm going to click on that. And when you look here next to this tiny thumbnail of your slide, you will see a shooting star. The shooting star indicates that this slide has some animation or transition on it. Sometimes only the one, sometimes only the other, sometimes both. Okay, in this case, it only has this. Okay, so you can watch this in a couple of ways. Okay, you can also start here by saying preview your transitions. So if I click on that, you will see your transitions. And if I go to the next slide, it will. So if you want to preview, I don't think preview works when I do when you guys are when we video call. But you can let me do it anyway, even if you don't see it, so that when you watch the video afterwards you can see it. So it is still recording my screen. So every time I click or press the mouse, it's going to do a page scroll, and it's going to do it for 2.25 seconds unless I use my mouse a little bit faster. Okay, now we're going to save the presentation. using lab 1 West Nile virus, so you can save it when you save it. And then they say submit the revised document in the format specified. The format that you need to submit it in is obviously PowerPoint. And then now in 11, question 11, these kind of questions, I don't know why they put them in, but it says, how does changing the font color to red help reinforce the West Nile virus presentation concept? You don't have to answer this question, but it's just a question that you can ask yourself. But for me, why do we use red? It's because mosquitoes like blood, and blood is obviously red. So that is something that I can think of. And what is the significance of adding a mosquito illustration to every slide? Well, you guys will know yourself that to see something visually is always, it's easier to remember, definitely easier to remember. Okay, so this brings us to the end of class participation 1. I'm not going to put this on there yet because otherwise you guys are just going to steal my presentation and do it as your own. Let me just get back to you guys. I'm just going to quickly stop sharing. Here I am. Stop sharing, and I'm coming back. I'm just going to stop recording.